Hello, I am Sarah Ruffi. I am the woman warrior lawyer. And today I have the privilege of chatting with one of our exchange students, Payam. Payam, would you go ahead and introduce yourself, please? Your name and where you're from.
Okay, hello. My name is Payam, and my family name is Naqshbandi. I am originally from Erbil, Iraq, and right now I'm 34 years old, and I'm working as a manager for a German logistical company in Erbil called
And
MG International Transport.
and how did you select your career path with MG International Transport, Payam?
Well, I met some friends in Erbil after my experience of the exchange students of the MEPI Middle East Program Initiatives, and I came back in August 2010 back to Iraq. Then in October, I met Mr. Henrik Adams from Iraqi Horizonte. Then then he had some lack of participants to German program called Iraqi Horizonte. He said, "Moms, shall I still continue?"
Sure.
Okay, so there was a big businessman for a telecommunication company. He couldn't make it due to the family problem. He said, "Pam, I would like to choose you, and you can come to Germany, and you will learn German language, and later you will be appointed as a trainee." In German, they say. Um, I forget the German word, but okay. There's yeah, like a Schule, like you become a practicum. They call practicum. I just remembered. So practicum, and you will be appointed to a company, and you don't know which company, which sector. It's just a company, and then I met with the management of German company, which was MG International. It was all the gentlemen around 60, and he told me, he said, he told me, "What's your hobby?" I said, "My hobby is sport. I want to do soccer." He said, "But are you a good player?" I said, "Not so much." He said, "Okay, what's your next hobby?" I said, "I want to be a businessman. I want to do business." He said, "What kind of business?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know what kind of business." He said, "Well, we are in logistics, and you can be our trainee for 6 weeks. And if we like you, we might hire you. And later, and you can even be a boss for us in Iraq." I said, "Okay." I didn't know anything about logistics, about trucking, the container, the 40 feet container, the 20 feet container, the vessels, the ports, the air freight, everything. I had no idea. And they teach me. They teach me. I tried the language. I was working, also learning the language at the same time. It was so cold in Germany. It was snowing. I had a small apartment. They gave me a small apartment, one bed, um, somewhere in Wellesberg. It was close to Siegen, very close to Frankfurt, which is the northern area of Germany. And they said, you have two options. You can walk 20 minutes a day to the office, or we can have somebody drive you around. But it will be very hard for the guy to drive you around because he's also living in another area. I said, I would like to walk. I was like, I'm young. I want to be like sporty. But I didn't know it's that cold. So uh, every week, second week, the third week, I went to my boss. I said, "Boss, it's very cold in the morning. My nose is like freezing. There's like snow in my nose." He said, the German guy told me, he said, "Pam, when I was in your age, I used to walk 2 hours. Now you only walk in 20 minutes." He said, I'm expecting you to be the boss in Erbil. You cannot walk 20 minutes to work. I said, "Yeah, okay, forget about the cold days. Okay, I'll do it." So I started walking, and out of all the program of the Iraqi Horizonte, Later, I was the only one appointed as the manager. I was the only one successful. I finished the course as a second, not the first. The first was another lady, also from Duhok, which is northern area of Erbil, and they accepted her. She became the first, but she didn't get the job. She became the first in the language. I was the first who got the job. And when I got the job, I came back to Erbil as a boss in young age. And starting my life, there was so much corruption in Iraq. When I came to the company, there was so many Alibaba, what we call it. So I had to get rid of all the Alibaba and make a systematic work like Germany. And this company is still running. And I'm still
You're
admitting the
still the
company.
boss, aren't you?
I'm still the boss.
So in
Yeah,
terms of clearing out the Alibabas,
yeah.
because that seems to be a rather pertinent topic in the United States these days.
Oh,
How
yeah.
did you go about identifying them and making them gone?
Well, they come to me first. When I got there, I knew the price for a truck, for a standard truck. I checked locally. I checked the market. It was only $100, and the guy bring me a receipt for $200. And I said, "What is this?" He said, "That's the price." I said, "But it's $100." He said, "Well, the other 100 is between me and you. I give you 50." And he was an older gentleman, and he was very corrupted, and he was Haji. What you call it, Haji is you have to respect them because they went to Saudi Arabia and came back, and you know all the gentlemen and stuff like that. I said, "Okay." I said, "All right, give me the money." I collect the money. I kept the money, and he gave me second truck. He gave me the third truck, the fourth truck, the fifth truck. I collect all the money, but I didn't spend it. I didn't put it in my pocket. And after 1 week, I made a lot of money. It was the corruption money, and I called my boss in Germany. I said, "I identify the guy. I know who's stealing from you." He said, "Who?" I said, "This Haji." And he was, "No, he was very good guy." I said, "No, he's not a good guy. He's actually come to me. He corrupted me." He said, don't take this receipt. Take this receipt." And he said, "Okay, what do you do now?" I said, "I fire him." He said, "Okay." He said, you do what you do." He came to me next day. He brought more money. I said, "Here is the rest of the money. You can keep it, and you fired." He said, "What?" I said, "You fired." He said, "I'm working for the company for 20 years." I said, "Yes, but you corrupted, so you fired." And it was very hard for me because, as a young guy to fire all the gentlemen, and he had his son-in-law. There was like a big group of people, but I did it. I fired 5 people in the border in one day.
And
And I
how
hired new guys.
and how did that experience um, shape your leadership abilities or traits? What kind of what kind of learning experience was that for you, knowing that you're 24, 25 years old,
Yeah, I was in 20s. Yes.
and you're supposed to be an insider because you're an Iraqi,
Yeah.
and you're siding with the Germans?
Yeah.
And how dare you do that? You can't fire me because I've been here. I'm a good guy.
True. It was scary, mom. It was scary because I was scared. It's Iraq. Police is not protecting you. Security is not protecting you. I didn't have any bodyguard or somebody, but I had to be strong. First of all, you have to be strong and you have to be solid. And later, when I went to Baghdad, everybody worked systematically. I used IT. Basically, I put technology into work, not receipts like that. Everybody has to use Excel sheets. I bought computers. The money that they lost, uh, I spent some of the money. I got a budget after it was a reward. My boss, he was like, "Here's $20,000. You can use it. What do we do? What can we do?" I said, first of all, we put everything systematic. We put IT. We put Excel sheets, and we have one financial manager, and every receipt has to be verified in Germany. The figures has to be clear if you want to be successful here. Otherwise, your
Payam,
future in Iraq, you will be gone.
that's awesome. And all right,
And digital
so
marketing as well. So it was marketing data.
you've always been an entertainer, Payam, a strong-willed, determined entertainer.
Thank you so much, Mom.
And I say that with tons of love and appreciation and admiration. And you know that.
Of course. I know that.
So you grew up in Iraq, right?
Yes.
And it's kind of like a little boy made big. Just briefly, because I know that you've shared stories of growing up. You grew up under the reign of Saddam Hussein.
That's right.
And your dad was on the wrong side of Saddam Hussein.
That's right.
So what was it like, or just briefly talk about your experience during those challenging and scary times and how that how that formed you to be able to face the fear of that first firing of those 5 guys?
Okay. No, good question. Very good question, Mom. Well, I born almost in Iran because it was 90s. I born in 1986. We had no power, no electricity. There was a threat. My father was wanted, like anybody else. The Kurdish, they were all wanted by Saddam Hussein. And in 90s, we had to go to Iran. We had to cross the border walking, not by car. We had to walk all the way from Iraq to Iran. When I remember my childhood, it was darkhood. We had no food. We had no bread. I remember one time my father, we were waiting in a queue to get some bread, only bread, baked bread from the Iranian NGOs. They only brought no clothes, nothing, only the bread and water was the problem. So we saw this and we all placed in one house in a place called Khane. Khane was basically, it was not a refugee camp or something like that. It was a small house by some friend of my father. But we are not only the only family. We were one of out of 10 family, 15 family to be all fit in one house. I remember my childhood, it was all mattresses, and all the young guys, we were laying in one bed in one line. And later we came back to Iraq when the chemical, after the Halabja, the chemical weapons, when they were used against the Halabja, then the UN came and stuff like that. Things went changed. We came back to Iraq, and there was a civil war later, 1996, and there was a PKK fight later in 1998. Then slowly we grew up. Then situation changed after 2003, after when the United States came to Iraq. Basically, the life started again. Now we knew I didn't have passport until, let's say, 2000. I think 2008. 2008, I got my passport. 2 years before I visit you in America. I didn't have passport. Simply like that. We couldn't travel, but now, okay, now it's different. Now it's a completely different situation.
So let's talk about when you came to visit us. It was the MEPI program. I know. So the MEPI program, Middle East Partnership Initiative, was a program through the U.S. State Department with governments in the Middle East, throughout the Middle East.
Yes.
What was, and I know that there was an application process in each of the countries, because we've talked about that with different kids that stayed with us.
Yeah.
What was the process that you had to go through to be able to come to the United States that summer? And it was a
I
summer of
went through hell.
2010, right?
I went through hell again. Okay, it was 2000, I think, 9. I
Okay.
had some friends. You know, in high school, I was very good. I had 99, which is the highest you can get in English. So I was a smart kid in high school. And I heard about the program, and I knew this is like mission impossible, anybody to be accepted. They only want one person from one city. And I look at the challenge. I said, okay. Oh, it's my brother and my sister. They are coming home.
Okay.
You want to say hello, Mom?
Sure.
Okay. Well, Mahmoud, this is Miss Sarah. I try to.
Hello. Oh my gosh, you guys
Okay.
all look the same.
Okay, but well, they cannot hear you because I have my.
Oh, you got the earbuds in.
Yeah. Okay, I have to turn that off. Wait. Hold it.
Hello, Mom.
Hello.
Hello.
How are
This
you
is
guys?
Berun.
Cute. Hi.
She's
Nice
my
to meet
oldest
you.
sister.
Nice to meet you.
This is Mahmoud, my younger brother. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Now, there are 5 of you kids?
Only 3. Yeah,
Only 3? I was thinking, oh, I'm thinking Yusuf. Never mind. So are you guys enjoying your time in Turkey as a family?
It's really nice. We are really having fun. Unfortunately, Payam and Mahmoud, they are leaving tomorrow evening. Me and Mom, we stay. I stay until 10 January, so 5 more days.
Oh, nice.
Just a little bit more time, mother and daughter, without boys around.
Without the boys?
This is Sarah, my other mom.
Yeah, I heard about you, and
They heard about you so much, Mom. Yeah.
we do.
No, you probably only heard about the cookies, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And that's all right. You guys got a good brother. He changed a lot when he was in our house. He still takes the award for changing the most.
And now my mom is here. You have to also see my mom. أول ده مساري أو أمريكا. ولا سلامة شلوني باحترامي. سلامة شلونك. She's very sad we are leaving tomorrow.
Oh. Hello. How are you?
Hi, thank you. Are you good?
I didn't hear that.
Good? Are you good?
Oh, I am great.
Not very good, Mom.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. And Happy New Year. May 2021 be better than the last.
I am happy because Payam and Mahmoud and my daughter.
You got them all together.
Yes.
She's
That's
so
awesome.
She's lovely.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I can call, I say I have 2 mom. I have also like Miss
Yes.
Sarah and I have also Miss Chanur. So
Yeah, second mom.
Exactly.
American mom, Iraqi mom. So it's very good.
There you go. It's the best of both worlds.
Payam have
You're happy, Payam, huh?
beautiful mom.
Oh, thank you.
But which one?
Both of them.
This mom.
Both.
What? Okay. That's good.
Oh my
I love you.
Love you too. Thank you for your son.
So okay, I try to plug in my. We will continue. We still recording, or can we?
We are still recording.
Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna go to the balcony, if you don't mind.
No, that's fine. So I never realized you were the middle child too, Payam.
I know.
It's a
Nobody
tough
cares
spot,
about
isn't it?
it's really hard. My sister is the favorite. Also, my brother is the favorite. I'm only in between. Like nobody cares about me.
You got a bright light off your left shoulder that when you move, it like
Yeah.
glares.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So how about this one? Is
There
it
you go.
better?
Yep, perfect. Dwight and I are both the middle too, so I feel your pain. That might be another part of that little extra connection.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Okay, so we were talking about the MEPI program and what you had to go through to be the chosen one for Iraq.
So yeah. So I heard about the program, and I had some friends. They told me, Pam, you can do it, and you have a degree for it. You have good language capability. You can learn quickly, and but the only problem is you have to fly to Baghdad. And Baghdad back then, it was very bad. It was
A scary place to be, wasn't it?
It's like there were snipers. Anybody who leave the airport to the U.S. embassy, they shoot them down. It was like that. There was a place called Abbas bin Farnas. You can only take taxi, but the taxi were like when you're driving next to the driver, you had to get down because there is possibility there's snipers might hit you. They call Jaish al Mahdi. Yeah. So I said, okay. I said I will not go through the airport. We take the taxi, normal taxi. I want to be like low profile. I don't want anybody to see me. And my father, God bless him, um, he take me he take me a private taxi. He said, you take my son to Baghdad, and you wait for him until he finished from the U.S. embassy. I went to the U.S. embassy. I had my phone. I'm not sure if I have told you this story, but
No, I haven't heard this one.
so yeah, I just got this phone, this tab, like the touch phone. It was just new in Iraq, and when I went to the security, first time I see American, okay, like that, and you have to take out the battery from your phone. It was not like an iPhone back then. You have to take the battery literally, take the battery out. You say, okay, the battery is out, and I didn't know. After the first checkpoint, I put the battery back. And there was one soldier. He saw that when I put the battery back. He came to me. He was like, put the battery back out. And he came with the gun. He came on me. I was like so scared. I said, okay. I said, don't shoot. Like, don't shoot. Everything is fine. I put the battery out. And he knew later, he realized that I'm not a terrorist. I'm only terrorist for chocolate
You're
chip.
just a dumb kid who didn't know anything.
That's right. So we went there. I did the interview. They liked me in the interview. They test me. They have had a lot of questions for me. I answered all of their questions. And later they said, "If do you have, I had some. Hello, my internet. It says my internet is not stable.
Yeah, you
Can you
kind of
hear me?
got garbled. Now you're
Okay.
better.
Okay. So they said, do you have any plan to stay in America?" I said no, because I had some homework. I knew that I had to say no, but I wasn't sure if I stay in America or not. Okay. So later they from the interview they said, okay, we have to keep your passport, and we will tell you after 3 months if you pass or fail. We will return your passport like nothing happened and everything will be fine. I said okay. And after 3 months, I forgot about, like, I came back with all the obstacles, with the taxi, coming back to, it's like around back then it was around 7 hours in a dangerous zone, basically bombs. You got planted bombs on the street. You got all kind
Yeah.
of militias. You had like Peshmerga in one side. You had all kind of terrorists. Any terrorist you can imagine in the world, they were in that area. Okay, they're loud maybe. And if they're loud, I can tell them to keep
No,
it down.
that's okay.
Okay.
It's fine.
So I came back and I forgot about it. After 3 months, some lady called me. She said, "Hello, are you Mr. Naqshbandi?" I said, "Yes, I am. Who's this?" She said, "Congratulations, you are the only one from Erbil who's been accepted, and your passport is with us. You have the US visa, and we want to give it to you." I said, "Okay, okay." I didn't know what to do. Like I had no, I have never been traveling. I have never been in an aeroplane before. I have never taken a flight before. So I was like, "Okay, when I'm traveling?" She said, "Well, you're going soon. You're going maybe June." And I was like, "Well, okay, wow." It was really unexpected. So my flight was via Royal Jordanian in Amman, 13 hours flight to Chicago.
Been on that one.
And yeah,
Actually, no, ours was even worse. We flew out of Kuwait to
oh,
Chicago.
okay. Oh my God. It was really like I'm in this machine in the sky. Am I gonna die? Am I gonna make it? Then shall I follow to Wisconsin?
Well, the program itself was 6 weeks, right?
Yeah,
And one of those weeks was in Wausau.
right.
Where were you the rest of the time?
Well, I was in Washington, D.C. I've been accepted in Georgetown. They checked my profile and I was there. And it was the best experience in my life. I have become completely another person. I was, I had so much, I would say, I had so much dream that, like, I didn't believe it. First time, I didn't believe it that I'm there in this school in Georgetown, universities, these professors, they were so smart, they were so intelligent. They will listen to you. First time people listen to you. So and and there was a lot of group works, there was a lot of group activities for students. It was not the school like school in Iraq, you sit like that like a soldier. It was a different, like you can, it's like a freedom of speech. You had presentations. It was like, okay, you can, next week we have a presentation. It was like, what subject? And the teacher will tell you any subject. In Iraq it's not like that. They choose the subject for you. They choose the religion subject. They choose the political subject. They choose what song you sing in the morning. They used to choose what time you have to do what. It was, everything was like a soldier. And if you don't do it, you get beaten, or you get failed, or you disappoint your family, you disappoint your teacher. And comparing to the schools in Iraq, I grew up with a teacher who had a stick in his hand. Okay, I'm not. I wasn't used to it. And later, um, I really met some great professors in Georgetown, and they really valued my skills. They appreciated my essays. They listened to my presentations and stuff like that. Um, and later, they said, "Okay, now we have to go to Chicago." Okay, the Chicago part, I had no idea why they take us to Chicago, but I liked it. It was paid by United States of America. You fly to Chicago, and we were there. We met some mentors. They were very nice to us. They teach us about the Chicago, the culture. Um, we did a lot of activities. It was like basically a reunion of all of the students, because some of the students, they went to Delaware University. Some of the students, they went to different universities. So all of the friends, they met each other. Remember Fida and
Oh,
Jihan?
I know. Yeah, Fida.
So we and what's his name from Emirates?
Halfan.
Khalfan, yeah. So
Yep.
Khalfan went to Delaware. I think then we all met in Chicago. couple of days reunion. And I remember in Chicago, I stayed in a hotel called 71. You know the movie Transformers?
Yep.
They were shooting that movie in front of our hotel that time. And you
Yep.
know this actor, Shia LaBeouf?
I never watched the movie, so no.
Okay. So Shia LaBeouf is the star of the movie. Basically, they are Transformers and they had like machines. Chicago had the bridge.
Yep.
So in one of the scene of the movie, Shia LaBeouf, the actor, has to jump from here to other side of the bridge. And there are taxi boats and things like this moving under the bridge. And Shia LaBeouf, when he made this jump, I've seen it live while they were shooting the movie.
Well, and I know that one of the guys had posted pictures on his Facebook page
Yeah.
after you guys all went home.
Mm-hmm.
And it was from the movie set. I was like, is that what you went home to? He goes, no, it was from Transformers. And I'm like, okay,
This is America. Don't go to Chicago. Yeah.
right? Well,
Yeah.
you don't go to Chicago, but so then after Chicago, you
Then
guys
after
came to
Chicago,
Wausau.
Then we came to Wausau. Then they said each student will go to a family, American family, and they will spend 1 week with this family, and you have to wait here until the families arrive and take you. I said, all right. I said, can we choose the families? They said, no. Everything is programmed. You have to be with the family that has been selected for you. I said, okay. I wait. I wait for. I didn't know you coming, but I was.
And now, if memory serves me correctly, you wanted to be in town,
Yeah.
no
Exactly. There was
kids,
an application.
and no animals.
Yeah, they said, what do you want? I said, I want a family, no children. I said, I want a nice family in a town, in a city center. I wanted like life, I didn't want like anything, anything far away. And of course, I was young. I wanted party. I wanted young family, like, people in
Well,
my
you got
age.
a young family, that's for sure.
That's right. Then you show up with children in the car.
With a boatload of them.
Then I was so you were so nice to me, by the way. You were so nice to me. You come and you were like, hey, hello, Pam, and you were like so like you were so polite, and you want me there, you want me to be comfortable. And I said, okay. I said, all right. I said, okay. I went to my mentor. I didn't say anything in front of you, but later I met my I met my mentor. I said, please don't put me with this family. Children in one side, all of these children. What did I do? Like in this area in Wausau, like why do you want me to do that? She said, no, you're gonna love this family. I said, me? Love this family? Children, 1 week?
Are you nuts?
I said, what do you expect from me? Like, why? I said, put someone else in front of me, exchange me to another family. She said, okay, here's the deal. You go spend 1 night with this family, and if you don't like it, you call me tomorrow, and maybe we can consider another family. I said, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. Like, I was fighting. I was like, this is impossible. I cannot do it. She said, just try. Then we were in this conversation. You joined us. We're like, hey. I was like, okay, hi. She said, this is Miss Sarah, and this we introduced. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, yeah, Miss Sarah. and you. Okay, this is what I remember. And
This ought to be good.
This is this is the first time I fall in love. Okay, you put my luggage. I had a huge luggage, and I stink. Like my clothes are all dirty. I didn't have time to wash it. And you took my luggage. You put it in your car, and you put me there. You were like, you were going so slowly with me. You helped me so much. You were like, "Hi, how are you?" I said hi. I replied to you. Then I got home. I was like, still okay. When I'm gonna get home, just to call my mentor, just to change his family. I didn't want to be rude. Then I met Dad. I met Dwight. Um, then I see all of the children. Everybody love me. I don't know why they love me so much. I'm like, okay, I hate you. Why you love me? Like I'm trying to get away from you, and you trying to love me. And then you give me a room with the boys. You put me in a room with the boys. You were like, this is your room. These are the boys. You can be up and down
Actually, I
and
think you and Halfan shared a room, right?
yeah. You were like,
And
it's
Tony
like
and Mac were across the hall.
right. You were like the boys are there, and you had this
We had
the one.
bunk beds.
No, the one you make steam in the house. I remember humidity. It makes humidity.
Oh,
The
the
machine.
humidifier? Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
humidifier.
Yeah, humidifier. First time I see this machine, I'm like, okay, what is this? What is this machine doing? Then my father, then Dwight came, and Dwight came. He hugged me, he kissed me. He was like, "What is the smell?" I said, "What smell?" He said, "Oh man, you stink. All right, take off your clothes." I said, "What now?" He said, "Take off your clothes now." I said, "Okay." And he asked you to wash it for me. You washed for me. Thank you very much, by the way,
You
for that.
betcha. Absolutely.
Then I took a shower. Then you take me to the balcony, to the other side of the house. It was in the back side. It was like a forest. I'm trying to, like flashbacks. I'm trying to remember. And we sit down and we talked about Iraq. And I know you guys were very sad for me what happened, and I thank you so much. You really take care of me, like as a parent. Like you sit down, you listen to me, and you told me that everything will be fine, and things will be normal, and you're a great guy. We are gonna take care of you. I said, "What do you like?" It's okay. I think next morning I did the breakfast. I'm not sure. I did the omelet. It was
I
not very
don't
good.
remember. I remember you and Fida making a supper on Thursday night, though.
Yeah. Oh, and I think we went. Yeah, me and you, we went to bar. You take me to a bar.
That was Wednesday night. We went downtown. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. You take me to a bar. Only me and you.
That's
It was
because
very
Halfan wanted no part of it, and Dwight stayed home with the boys.
yes. And later, my mentor called me. She said, "So what do you think?" I said, "I don't know why I like it. I don't know why I like it here, but I like it." And later, you brought Fida.
Yep.
I missed my friend Fida. You brought Fida. And then I met your parents. They were lovely. And
Oh yeah, we
Khalfan,
went up north, and you guys got to dig holes.
yes, we had the whole thing. Khalfan didn't want to work. I was doing all the work. I don't know what your father. He was telling me something. I was digging. I don't know why I was digging. I was digging for something. It's like my memory is crazy, mom. It's
It
not
is,
like I
and I
don't remember
know
most
that
of the stuff, but
like Monday night when we picked you guys up.
yeah,
My I remember you being up on the deck, and Halfan was playing with the boys because he had a bunch of younger siblings, so he
yeah,
was perfectly comfortable with the little kids, and I
yeah,
was kind of shuttling back and forth as
yeah.
you're up there doing this.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
And then by Wednesday morning, I was mom, and it was just so. What was going through your head that because we have hosted 34 kids through our house.
34.
34. You and
Including
Halfan were 5 and 6.
yeah, okay. Oh, we were very early.
Oh yeah. You were the second summer.
Yeah, okay.
And out of all of those kids coming through our house,
Yeah.
you still take the prize as changing the most in the shortest period of time.
That's right. I almost changed my name to Ruffi, by the
Well, that will work.
way.
I'd adopt you. So what was it that caused that massive shift that seems to have stayed for the last 11 years?
Well, it's you guys. It's you and it's dad and the children. You guys are amazing. You have you have some you have something that nobody has. You have some heart, you have some optimism, you have some positivity in you that sometimes I'm amazed by it. Whenever whenever I feel like down in my life, I think about it. I think about you guys, honestly. I think about you guys, how you were powerful, how you can handle it, how you can be strong, how to be strong. This is what I learned from my experience with Inwasa. I learned how to be strong. I learned to depend on myself. I learned to think about my plan. I learned how to make a plan for the future. I learned what the families means. Even if when before I get married, I called you. Now I have two children.
Good.
I the love you give me, the love you give to your also to other boys, I saw it, and I have never seen anything like that. The freedom, the love, the respect, the education, the way you treat each other inside your house. Teach me how to treat my family inside my house in Iraq. How to be a leader, how to be a responsible, and how to face the obstacles, how to face the problems, how to how to be myself. It was very important for me how to be myself because I didn't know how to be myself. I had no idea, and that's why I didn't cut the contact. I stayed with your family. I want to stay with your family for the rest of my life because I know this is it. This is life. This is life experience.
Well,
And you
you
just
are a rough eye. You know that, right?
am. I am. And more chocolate chip cookies coming, more Rafa is going.
Well, the best would be to bring your beautiful wife and your two darling children to Wassa so that we could meet them
One
and get
day.
them fresh out of the oven.
Sure.
That's the
Sure. One
best
day.
way to have those cookies.
That's right. That's right. And they are coming. They cannot wait to meet you. I want you to meet my son, my daughter, and they will meet the boys. I want them to meet the boys. Now seeing, comparing to 10 years, 11 years now when I see Joey, I'm like, oh my God, I used to see you like you were this much, and now you are
Taller
taller
than I
than
am now.
taller than my mom. That's right.
Mom is now officially the shortest one in the house.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's amazing what happens over time.
It is. It is.
All
How's
right.
Dad doing? How's Dwight is doing?
Oh, he's doing good. He's working on a book.
Okay.
Actually, he's working on a couple of them. So
Ooh,
crazy things are happening in our house.
I love it.
Yeah,
I can't wait for them to finish.
me neither. It
Okay.
ought to be good.
All right. All right.
So you talked about learning German,
Yeah.
and I remember when you were learning German
Hmm.
and you were thrown into it in
Yeah.
like a crash course.
Yes.
English and German aren't the only languages, foreign languages that you learn, though, right?
That's right.
How many do you speak?
5, Mom.
And what are the other two?
Turkish, Arabic, and my mother tongue, Kurdish.
And how did you learn Turkish and why?
I had to learn Turkish because my drivers, they were bringing trucks for me from Turkey, and I had to do the customs clearance and tax and all of this, and I had to ask them when you gonna come here. So slowly, first driver, second driver, I learned it in the industrial way, and my Arabic it was from university. We had some Arab friends, fantastic. Do you remember Firas?
Who?
Firas from Baghdad.
Ferris.
Yeah,
Wait,
he
from
was also in
Baghdad?
the program. He was
From
from MEPI program, but he was in different university. I'm not sure if you have met him.
I was going to say Ferris was one of our first students, and he's from Amman, Jordan. And Joey and I went to his wedding a couple years ago in Amman.
Really?
Yeah.
No, this is different Firas.
Yeah. Nope. I don't remember him.
So Firas was from Baghdad, and when he saw me, we were sharing the same passport, and same nationality, different ethnic, and we were at the university here. He always talked to me, and I love to learn Arabic so bad because I learned Kurdish in a Kurdish school. So I said, Firas, please don't speak to me in Kurdish or any other language or English. Speak to me in Arabic, and we try, Salam alaikum. Then the first step, and then I practice, and we had also many other students, and I practice, and yeah, the German is getting worse, by the way. My German, because I don't speak it anymore. Like my colleagues in Germany, they all speak perfect English, and I hate that.
I don't know. That just means that your English is still perfect.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Oh,
I
it's
hope
kind
you
of,
understand everything.
what's that?
You understand everything. That's good.
I do understand everything.
That's good. That's good.
So
Yeah.
it you talked about you learned how to be you
Yeah.
in our house, which that's kind of cool. And I hadn't heard that before, and I hadn't heard anybody feel that way. So that's really,
Because
I'm
you
really
gave,
grateful for that.
for sure. Thank you so much. You gave me so much freedom. You always ask me, what do you want to do? What do you like to do? And uh, and nobody told me that before. I hope
Never
my
had choices before, huh?
okay, my mother's not there. Nobody's there. But
So now
nobody,
you're safe.
no, actually, nobody gave me all of this freedom. You put the whole space for me, and you let me choose by myself. And I'm like, what do you want to do?
All right. So since you had this freedom
Yeah,
and 11 years of being a rough eye,
yeah.
how do you define success?
Oh, okay. The tough question's coming. Success.
And it's not that tough. What does your
No.
gut tell you? First thing that comes to your mind, Payam.
Success. Okay, how do I define success?
Yeah.
Is to care about people. Is to care, to give, to care about people around you, to realize what you're doing, and don't judge people. Success. Okay, mom, give me a moment, please.
Well, that's fine. Take your time.
Okay. Success. In which terms?
However,
Okay.
however you want to interpret that.
All right. So success is to be happy, to enjoy life. Life is one ride. Okay. It's one ride. You start the ride and you end it. And it's all in one circle.
Mhm.
And can be, the circle goes up and down, but in the end you come back in the same place. No matter how many times you make a circle, no matter how many times you aim to for success, but you come back to yourself, who you are. Success is having a family. Success is to be a leader, to be an example, to be someone that people will look at you and say, what a great guy. And what did I learn from this guy? Success is not to expect too much from people. It's try to give more than you receive. So, okay, can I just give you an example here?
Absolutely.
Since I came back to this vacation, we made everything perfect for this vacation with my family, apartment, car, rent a car, and my brother. Me and my brother, we had a fight. We we had an argument. We disagree, and reached to the point. He said, "Okay." He went to his room. He said, "I'm gonna take my luggage. I'm gonna go back to Iraq. I don't want to be in this vacation." So I was like, "Okay, what did we wrong? Where did we go wrong? We all in vacation in this time, and now he's upset about something I said to him." I said, "Okay, either I say, okay, you go do whatever you want. You're adult. You're 30 years. You can do whatever you want. And you have money, just travel. I don't want you. You're not my brother. Maybe even when I come back to Iraq, I don't want to talk to you because you're rude. You don't you disrespect your older brother and stuff like that." But I didn't do that. I took a moment. I judged myself first. I said, I have to be a better example. I have to be better than this. I should not let my brother be sad about something silly, something we said, something I said. That we all different in our way. I went to his room. He didn't want to talk to me. I got close to him. He said, "Please don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you like that." I said, "Listen, brother, we are family. We fight, but we come back together in the end because we are family. If we are always perfect, happy together all the time, everything is perfect, then this is fake. If one family don't fight, then this is not a family." And he listened to me. I got his attention. He was like, "So it's easy for you to break my heart?" I said, "Yes, I break your heart, you break my heart. That's all right. We're family. But if we fight, my mom will be sad, your sister will be sad, the vacation is ruined, and all of these efforts we have made for this vacation, it's wrong." He said, "Okay, what do we have to do?" I said, "We shake our hand and we shake it off." He said, "How?" I said, "It's very easy. Bring your hand." He brought his hand and we shake it. And he was like, "Oh my God, you're right." we all, suddenly everything was perfect again. So in one moment, we decided to fight or to love. And he was like, "Okay, no, I'm gonna buy you a 6-pack of beer because then he came back to me. So what's the answer for success? I don't know. I think I went
You
off
actually
topic.
summed it up quite well.
Okay. You had to know.
And I just, I agree that it's being happy, it's feeling fulfilled, and it's knowing that no matter what challenges you encounter, you can let it consume you or
Yeah.
let it build you.
Right.
And your example with your brother is a prime example.
Yeah.
You could let it tear you apart and you never talk again, or you shake hands, shake it off, and say, that's part of being a family. Because
Yeah.
we're not going to all get together, get along all the time.
Right.
We're going to have our rough patches because that's being real and raw.
That's right.
So did that sum up what you said?
Yes.
All right. So if you were to go back to your 20-year-old self, what is something that you know now that you would want to tell your 20-year-old self?
Do not smoke cigarettes.
Good choice.
And do not have bad friends. Do not be surrounded by bad people. Because sometimes you have some people around you, they just want to learn from you. They will take, they will sit down, they will abuse you. You advise them. They will take everything from, they want to be you. So there are some people I don't want them to be in part of my life because I was surrounded by some people, like bad people. So I would be choosing wiser. I was choosing better people, better persons as well. And well, sometimes I'm thinking I would be out of Iraq, but when I think about this, I have made some after the whole program of the MEPI, to be honest with you, um, they teach us how to change the community. I wish that I could have changed the community better. I could have worked harder to change my community and my people around me, not to focus only on business and how to make money and stuff like that. To be less commercial and more leadership wise, if that makes sense.
So it does.
I can't complain about money. Don't get me wrong. I love money. I like money. Money is good. But
Money makes the world go round and it gives us the opportunity to do what we want. But
yes,
now I just kind of want to go into that a little bit in terms of leadership in your community. So when you talk about your community, are you referring to the people in your circle, or are you talking about Erbil in a broader sense?
that's right. I'm talking about bigger sense. But of course, it starts eventually. It starts from my circle. First of all, myself, how to be tough, how to be strong, and how to face it, and use all of the skills, what they teach me in Georgetown. There's a lot of loud cars passing by. But
Okay.
I wanted to use the same experience and apply it in Erbil, for example. Um, and then, of course, it's my cousins, then it's my first family, second family, then my friends, then Erbil. I didn't do much about this. I wanted even to be part of the politics and stuff like that. But unfortunately, for people like us in Iraq, they are not. The corruption is so strong. The religion is very strong. I mean, I'm not complaining about religion. I like religion. I believe in God. But in a way that you can make people's mind. Um, we're talking about um, honor killings. We're talking about child labor. There's so many things I didn't do. I didn't do much about it.
It's never too late to start.
It's
What
never
would
too
you have
late.
what would you have done differently?
Well, you could just come up with the programs. You can do workshops. I would have speak with the imam. I would have convinced the imam. I would have convinced the muhtar, the mayor of this area. Maybe I could have built a local NGO, a non-profitable NGO, could uh, could speak to the teachers, more parent and teacher association for the schools, better educational programs, for the society, not these crazy educations what they teach them in public, and more freedom for children, and definitely no child working on the street. You could have come. I could have just give them like free education. I could just teach them by myself, put them in one camp, collect all the kids, put the whiteboard, and talk to them, and speak to them, and change them. Because each one that you change them, it means a lot.
Oh, you mean kind of like us changing you?
Yes, mom. Yes, this is it. This is what I wanted.
Well, why does it have to be past tense? How old are your kids?
One 6, 1 5 to 6, and 1 3.
And they're in school now, or at least your older one is, right?
Yes.
So what type
My wife
of,
is a teacher too, by the way.
what's that?
My wife is a teacher too.
Ah, there we go. So what type of involvement can you have to make a difference, at least for the kids that your kids are in school with?
Okay.
But you didn't expect it to be a counseling session too, huh?
No, but please repeat the question.
Well, let me do it by example.
Okay.
I'm not a teacher with a teaching certificate in a school,
Yes.
but by being on my own and having my own firm, I've been able to set my own rules. And one of the rules I set was that when the boys were little, I would go and help in their classrooms on a regular basis. I think it was like once a month. Actually, I think when Tony and Mac were in preschool, it was once a month. And I would take a craft to do in their room. And I would take Nick and Joe with me when they were around.
Yeah.
But we were able to set an example and set the tone in those classrooms. And those kids still remember when we used to, Mr. and Mrs. Ruffi or Mrs. Ruffi would come into the room. And these are the things that we did. Now, Tony just graduated from high school.
Yeah.
And kids still remember us doing those things. And Dwight was a substitute teacher. So he would go in and he would teach the lessons, but then he'd also teach life lessons.
Okay.
And I mean, he has stories. He has one kid, they went like this the first time Dwight was in the classroom. And Dwight was like, what am I going to do with this kid? I mean, they almost got into a fist fight in the classroom. And a number of years later, Dwight sees this kid at a gas station. And the kid was like, Mr. Ruffi. And Dwight goes, yeah, I'm so-and-so. Do you remember me? He's like, yeah. You were the best teacher and da 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 da. And you did all these things. And Dwight was like,
They remember him.
they remember. So they're always listening. And it's never too late to start. So I should have done this or I could have done that. And when it comes to education, for example, I don't know how your school systems work, but our schools have a school board and the people on that board are elected.
Like a committee?
Like a committee.
Okay.
And the county that we live in has a number of different school systems.
Yeah.
With the whole pandemic, all of the school systems in our county opened up in some form with the kids going to school this fall, except for the Wausau School District. Our kids were locked out of school until the beginning of November.
Okay.
That was my first eye-opening experience of the type of control that school board has over our kids' education. And that got us looking at, I never wanted to be on a school board, but I'm starting to think about running for the Wausau School Board. And I'm actually actively involved in a committee for 3 new people that are running for the Wausau School Board this spring.
Yeah.
To fight for our kids, because the administration and people on the board, some of the people on the board are not doing what they're supposed to be doing because they are using our children as pawns, and that is not right.
Okay.
So it's never too late because I'm considerably older than you are. And now I'm like, how can I have a different impact on the education that not only my kids are going to get, but other kids coming up through the ranks are going to get. And when you become a parent, you have an entirely different perspective.
Yeah.
Because now all of a sudden it hits home that these are my kids that I'm responsible for, and they're learning what's going on here. And the question is, what do you want to do about it?
Right. That's a very good point, Mom. It's a very good point what you said.
Maybe it is getting your little whiteboard out in a park.
Maybe. Okay, this is something to consider, but I wanted to say something about this. In Iraq, we have many obstacles. The the Ministry of Higher Education and the Ministry of Education. We have the Syrian refugees. We have many things. So the work. Okay, I'm not trying to complain and find excuses, but you're right. I have to find a better way how to reach to these people because they all need education. They all need better education.
And you used the right term. You
Was that?
called them, you used the right word.
Yeah.
You called them obstacles.
Yeah.
You didn't call them barriers or impossible. They
Yeah.
are simply obstacles to overcome.
That's right. That's right.
It's
That's
no different than the obstacles you had to overcome to make it to the US Embassy in Baghdad so that you could come to the US.
Well, comparing to US Embassy, it was a peanut. It's still a peanut. You're right. You're right. I want to do it, Mom. I want to do it. Hopefully in the future. This year, 2020 was very bad. I had many programs. I had many things in my head. And of course, with the young children now, you know, they always around and they need daddy all the time. They need mommy all the time. But I will do it. I have this is in my program. You're right. It's never too late, and I will do it. I'll
Well,
do it.
you'll
I'll
do it.
Ruffi way.
There you go. And it doesn't have, it
Maybe
starts
you will
small.
come. You come teach a couple of classes as well.
That could be interesting, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But don't come without chocolate chip cookies, please. When you come, the kids love it, not me. The kids. The
Yeah,
children,
yeah.
The homeless children want it.
Right. And the kid at heart too. All right. So talking about changing the world, what is the best piece of advice that you've received so far in your life?
Generally.
Now you're embarrassed.
If you are writing the questions, okay. The worst advice, the best advice, or
The
the worst?
best piece of it, the best. Well, let's do the best and then we can do the worst, or take the worst and then the best.
Okay, I'm trying to brainstorm. The best advice normally were the people who really close to me and hurt me, but they were the best advice. They told me something about myself. I denied, but it was true. First time when
What's
they
one
give me that,
example?
okay, can we go easy? Okay, let's go cigarettes, for example. Okay, you want stronger than this?
No, that's fine.
Okay, so normally cigarettes, like when somebody say, hey man, you can't smoke is bad for you, you're gonna die, you get lung cancer, and there's, you know, a lot of things. You would hate that, but it's actually the best advice. But it's not the best advice. Okay. Well, okay. Next question.
All right. What's the worst advice you ever got so far in your life?
Okay. The worst advice.
Stick it out with this family, these crazy people with all these kids in Wassa. You'll love them.
Okay. Give me a moment. Let me think about the best and the worst advice. I need to think. This is the best advice for the whole entire life, or
So far. Or the one that like pops at the top of your head.
the best advice was to quit some people. They were bad around me, and they were affecting my life. They were always there, but they didn't actually liked me or loved me. They just wanted to be there to see me, and somebody came, my cousin, my older cousin. He said, "These people, these friends, 1, 2, 3, they are not your friends." I said, "How do you know?" He said, "Because they are only there to laugh with you and sit with you, but they don't really like you. They want you actually to fail. They want you to be sad. They want you to be miserable. So it was one of the best advice I got. And the worst advice
Did you get rid of him?
I got, I had to get rid of them. And actually, I tested them. I didn't want to believe my cousin, but later I test all of them personally. I sit down with them. I tested them. I called them when I faked something that I needed, and I made it look like an urgent. And it was they disappoint me. And I retest them second time. They disappoint me. They were never there for me. So actually, I was always there for them. I thought that they will be there for me, but they didn't do it. Yeah.
You find
that
out
makes-
that there are a lot of people like that in your life. We call them takers.
Yes. Yes. And even my own best friend, he failed me, to be honest with you. He failed me big time. I didn't expect that because he was my friend for more than 10 years or something. And I acted like I'm down or something. And this remained for a couple of weeks, and it hurt me so much when he did that.
You think it was one of those experiences where you outgrew him? Because
Yeah.
I mean, people come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
Yeah.
And the ones that are there for a reason or a season, eventually we outgrow them, and it's simply time to move on.
Yeah. It's very hard also to move on, but you have to do it. You have to be strong.
It is.
Yes. Okay, this is it. I have to bounce. I have to move on. I will not stay here. If I am there, then I'm going to be destroyed. I will ruin my future. And this is not the person. You have to be always surrounded with the people that care about you.
Absolutely.
And you,
Care about and support you and
Mom,
encourage you.
nowadays, you are on your own. You're alone. In this world, what I realized after this experience, I'm alone. In the end, I have to depend on myself. I have to be strong. I have to follow myself first. I don't, I mean, after the whole COVID-19, everybody wears a mask. It's like I'm here with my own brother and my sister. Sometimes when you go out, if you don't have if you don't have a mask, people say, okay, you wear a mask. Come to you. They say they might even fine you. They might not even talk to you. They're like, okay, don't talk to me. Police come catch you. Stuff like that. So
Yep.
in the end, I'm on my own. In the end, I'm alone. If I think about it correctly, because if something happened, it will happen to me. And if I don't protect myself, I cannot protect my children. I cannot protect my brother. I cannot protect my wife, my brother, my sister, anybody. And I said that to my mom here. My mom was always worried. She lives here and we live in Iraq. She's like, you guys, what did you do? What time you wake up? I said, Mom, from now on, you live for yourself. You don't tell me what I eat. You don't worry about me. You worry about yourself. You worry about your sugar. You worry about your sport. You worry about your health. Because I'm I'm done. I can only take care of myself in this world right now.
So how do you motivate yourself?
I read a lot. I well, I have a firepower inside me. I have a good energy. I sport in the morning, like every morning. I wake up, I run, and I think like what to do, how to be strong. What did I do? What's my mistake? Where are my weak points? What am I doing wrong? Who's good with me? Who's my friend? Who's not my friend? I motivate myself, and I have to understand that this is I'm growing older. I'm not like this young guy anymore that you met 11 years ago. I'm a different person. I have to think. I have to plan. I have to plan in advance. I don't do it like right away. I don't follow my feeling. I wake up in the morning, okay, I feel good or I feel bad. I plan it. I plan, okay, I run this time. I have breakfast this time. I have lunch this time. I meet this person this time. I take care of this client this time. This is my time, and later, what did I do wrong? I take care of it. Okay, this is wrong. This is right. This is wrong. This is right. This is helping me. This is not helping me. I do calculations in my head, and I follow my heart.
I love that. I love that. And I love the fact that you fill yourself up every morning.
Yeah, Mom, uh, I have to plug the computer to the screen.
Okay.
جماعات. This is them. They playing backgammon as a game.
I love backgammon. I haven't played that in a
Oh.
long time.
Really? Do you know how to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, come to the side.
It's coming. It's a little bit mess. Here. You please give me a moment. I'll bring some water, Mom. 1 second.
Sure.
Hello.
All right. Yeah,
Is it
you look
light
good.
enough?
There you go.
Yeah.
So what's one thing that you would change about today's society?
What's one thing I do to change about today's society?
What's one thing you would change about today's society?
In which way?
Anyway, just
Anyway.
one thing that you would change. Tough one, huh?
Well,
The list is so long, it's hard to narrow it down to one, isn't it?
can I Google it?
No, if you could do anything
Okay.
and just snap your fingers and it would change, not that you actually had to go out and force the change to happen.
Okay, like
You
that.
had your wish list. What's one thing on that wish list to change about today's society?
Okay. No politicians.
I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, that's one thing. 2, no religion. Private religion. All the religion should be private. And you can worship whatever you like. And nobody can judge you.
Love that.
Free education. No private schools. And no private hospitals as well. Free health.
So, all right. We were just talking about education before,
Yes.
and you were talking about public education. So if there was no private education, who gets to decide what education looks like?
Okay. We can make a committee, like a city committee. Like one city, if you have one society, for example, and you can have a school, but okay, the school is not okay, it's public, but the subjects can be decided by each group. It doesn't have to be like physics, chemics, or mathematics. We don't have to teach them the subjects we want to teach them. We have to let the children to decide what subjects they want to learn. Like, for example, when I was a kid, I didn't like chemistry, and I still don't like chemistry.
I don't either.
Yeah, like I
My
remember
brain isn't wired that way.
yeah, my teacher, he was forcing myself for the chemistry. I'm like, you don't have to. I'm I'm good at languages. I'm good in communication. I am better in something else. So let's all decide and regroup which subjects you want to be studying, and if you really like it, you can be tested, and you can be tested as per okay the current standard, the standard that you want to be tested by, not the standard that the system chooses for you. I'm not sure if you understand my point.
I do.
So even like the subjects that for mathematics, for chemistry, for physics, they have chosen some, like, why do I have to care about algebra, for example? Mr. Algebra, he had some study and he had some theory about mathematics. He said 1 + 1 is 2. So why we have to only study that and consider this as the as the backbone of the mathematics? Numbers are just numbers.
All right. So here's a couple fun ones to finish this off.
Uh,
What is the best vacation you've taken so far?
do I have to answer that one? You know this one already.
Oh, of course it's coming to my house.
Yes. Last time was the best vacation I have ever had.
That's awesome.
Because vacation, why people do vacation? After vacation,
Vacate from their life.
yes, they came for their life, they want to learn, and when they come back, they have to be a different person. You know, after this vacation, when I come back to Erbil, for example, the current vacation, I'm right now in a hotel room. If I go back to Erbil, if I didn't learn anything, then it's not a vacation. I have to study. Okay, when I go back to Erbil now, I have different ideas because I've been there for 1 year and I have thought about nothing, only about just work and city stuff. But now when I go back, oh, I'm different because now, uh, it's vacation. I was out of this. The problems, you have to get out of the circle. And the best vacation for sure, it was Wasa.
Aw. And what is your dream vacation?
Mm, my dream vacation. I want to go to Grand Canyon.
Awesome.
Yeah, I want to take an RV. And
Yep.
I want to go Vegas, Grand Canyon, and I want like no time, no freedom. I don't want to have a fun in that trip. I want just maybe I will take your husband for a while in that
Oh
trip.
God, that's frightening. Oh wait, I think I heard you were coming back and you were kidnapping my husband and one of my kids.
Hey, remember, I'm Iraqi. I'm a terrorist. I can
Yeah.
we have kidnapping skills.
You were a terrorist I allowed in my house with my 4 young children. And I won you over anyway.
Do you remember the joke with the camel?
With the caramel. No.
Dad was asking me, Dwight was asking me, he said, so how do you go to school like when you were in Iraq? I remember. Then we take a camel. We ride the camel.
That's right.
So I said, do you have TV? I said, what's TV? We don't have TV, flat screen.
Well, speaking of TV, how did you learn your English so well?
Books, movies, and we had one neighbor. She was very good, and I tried with her all the time, and I did a lot of practice the grammar. So I used the book a lot.
Oh, okay.
Vocabulary. I love the vocabulary. I love the um, definitions. I did a lot of definitions. New words. I write down everything. I'm still working on my accent. My accent is, I don't know, like after Germany, it's changed.
Your accent's You got a Middle Eastern accent for English. How's that?
Salam
Well,
alaikum.
And the reason I asked is I know we've had exchange students who have learned their English by
Yeah.
watching TV,
TV,
by
yeah,
watching cartoons.
movies, but you can use if you use the subtitles, you can choose your subtitles, then it's okay. Like, okay, what did I see? And you can write down the new words and that's it.
Oh, that's awesome. So, Payam, I think we need to have a part 2 at some point because this was fun.